get into this setting, right? I'm kind of just running out of places to film in my house and was just checking audio. And my office is a mess from the construction that was in my bathroom, but my office served as like just a second space for work, and I haven't cleaned it yet. And it's been a couple of days, but I kind of like this setting. It's kind of like boringish and dull, but it's giving me very The Office vibes, you know? You just call me Jim or Pam. You can call me Pam. All right, let's get into it. My Millennial and Dead hat. If you want to get one, they come in an assortment of colors. You can hit the link below, or you can just go type it on your browser, phone, whatever you're on. This link right here, you can get a hat. There are so many other things you could get. Shop the gear. But that's not why you're here. You are here because you want to know what you need to purchase as a first year educator, a first year teacher. Even if you are not going into your first year of teaching, these tools or tips or things that you can purchase are still going to be valuable to you if you don't have them yet, or you're thinking about getting them or been thinking about it for a while. So the first thing that as an educator that you want to do before you purchase anything for your classroom is to actually step foot into your classroom. You need to actually know what it looks like. You know, you need to get a vibe, a feeling, so you can see, okay, I want to put the bulletin board here. I have dry erase markers so I can use on this board here. I need chalk. So you need to actually physically see your classroom, right? And if you're just getting this job, or if it's a new school, or you're moving classrooms, make some time. I know nobody wants to go in before the first day, because I don't. But just make some time to go in, even if it's an hour, go see your classroom, right? So after you have done that, you've gone, you visit your classroom, you got the vibe, you got the motif, you know exactly what you're doing, your themes, all that good stuff. You need to buy the basics. You need the basics in organization. You need the basics in supplies and utensils for the students. And you need the basics for yourself, because you're the most important person leading the ship. And if the captain's not doing well, the ship's gonna sink, it's going down. Titanic. So what I mean by the basics, what you're going to need for organization, you're going to need little storage, or maybe that's little storage boxes, storage crates, folders. You need to be able to put things in categories for kids that are absent. You need to put your extra copy somewhere, so if a kid was absent, they came back and they know what folder to go and grab their things. You also want to have an organization for your different sections. I don't know about you, but in New York, as a high school teacher, I have 5 different sections, 5 different classes. So I usually just mark them off on my organized bins by period. So I'll have period 3, period 3's work, period 5's work, period 7, 9, whatever. So you really want to invest in some organizational bins and folders, because they will save your life from just nonstop headache and chaos and just all over the place. Now, what I mean by the basics of supplies, you have no idea how quickly you will run through supplies when you have 150 students in and out of your classroom every single day. So you're gonna wanna stock up on pens. Duh, because kids don't come to school with pens. Don't know why. You're gonna wanna stock up on pencils, because Scantron, still a thing. You are going to need loose leaf. You want to have some spare notebooks and spare folders that you can give away that you don't really care about getting back, because they're not giving them back. All right. You also want to have markers, crayons, pencil sharpener. And I don't mean one of those rinky-dink pencil sharpeners. I had to invest, I think it was like $30, $20 or $30 to get a electric sharpener, and that sharpener has been holding me down for like the last 4 or 5 years. It's amazing. It's like a high efficiency sharpener, whatever. Kids can't destroy it, because kids will destroy your stuff. You want to have some erasers, right? Because kids make mistakes. Adults make mistakes. You need to erase things. You also want to have Kleenex, because when you're crying, I'm just kidding. You need Kleenex for like the boogers and to wipe things up. You also want some paper towel and all that good stuff. Besides that, what I strongly suggest, it's not a basic or a supply really, but it's for your own self, your own well-being, with lesson planning, unit planning, making copies, doing all these things. You're gonna want a really good computer and a really good printer. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I thought it too at one point, that the school was supposed to supply a computer, or the school's supposed to supply a printer. I work in a very beautiful, amazing, state-of-the-art school, and our computers still suck. And it's not the school's fault. It's not the district's fault. It's really just technology. It moves so quickly that things become outdated. Things that get used by so many people get broken, right? So computers, you want your own computer. I did pretty well in my new school, or it's my 4th year, so it's not that new. I did pretty well using the school computer for the first 3 years. This last school year that just ended, I brought my laptop to work every day because I just didn't have the patience to use a Lenovo. Didn't want to do it. I also only use PCs at work, so I haven't used a PC in the last 12 years for my own personal use. So yeah, it's not a thing for me. So bring a computer, or find a computer that's going to hold you down when you need to make last minute lesson plan adjustments, unit plan adjustments. You need to do all these things. I also bought a printer. Now, my school does have a pretty good amount of printers around the building as of this year, but my first 2 years, the printers were really hard to come by and were always being used or broken or out of ink or out of paper. So I bought my own printer, I buy my own ink, I use my teacher's choice to fund it. I also buy my own paper. Schools do supply paper, but I didn't want to use the school's paper for my own printer. It felt kind of icky for me. So my own printer, my own ink, my own paper. It saved me tons and tons of time, tons of headache, because I can just print wirelessly from my laptop to my printer, and then I can go make copies. If for some reason I forgot to make copies of something, I could quickly make copies on my printer. So having a printer and a really good laptop in the classroom made things really easy, especially when the battery or something of the projector or the smartboard would die. I just had really good access to my laptop or my iPad and my whole Apple cloud. Besides a laptop, what you want to do is you want to have a drawer filled of necessities and essentials for yourself, meaning snacks. You're going to get hungry between periods 3 to 7 when you have lunch period 8, right? You're going to be hungry. So you want to have snacks. You want to have Tylenol for when the days where it's really hard and you have a headache or whatever. I have deodorant in my my drawer because I'm like a freak about smells, and my classroom's always 150 degrees, even in the winter. So I like to just, a little deodorant goes a long way. Also for when I have parent teacher, like I'm at school for 15 hours. My armpits could use a refresher. So those are some things you want to keep, those are some things you want to keep in your drawer. I also keep pictures of my family and friends on the bulletin board behind me and also in my desk drawer, because it's tiring sometimes being a teacher, and you really want to have like motivators. A Snickers bar is a great motivator. It's a great motivator, guys. Do not be ashamed to keep Reese's cups in your drawer. It can save lives. It really can. What else? What else do you really need? Oh, staples, a stapler. Let me tell you why it's important for you to have a functioning stapler and then have 5 backups, because I had 6 staplers at the start of this school year. Every single one of them is broken. And the day before I bought a new stapler, my old colleague who no longer works at the school, she gifted me her 3 staplers. So that's what saved me. I don't know what happens when you hand a child a stapler, but it always comes back jammed or broken. So you need a stapler, a really good stapler, then have some backups, staples, tape. My school is really good about giving me those kind of supplies, but whenever I don't want to go ask my supply person. He's really sweet though. I just ordered them myself. So NYC gives about $250 teacher's choice. I use all $250 of my teacher's choice every single year. And I try not to go over. Another thing that I do think is a really good investment, I bought them for the first time this year, and then I was gifted even more of them from my old colleague, Blackboards. Blackboards are amazing for turn and talks, think pair shares, really quick share outs, just class discussions, fish bowls, everything. You can have them write their ideas, share their ideas, so you don't have to have 50 million people coming up to the board. It is a lifesaver, and you can use them year after year after year after year. The only thing you're going to have to replace eventually is the dry erase markers, which will run out, because all my dry erase markers ran out this year. And I just stopped writing on the board because I was like, I'm not buying anymore. So you want to buy dry erase markers in bulk, right? For when you're writing notes on the board. I don't even write that many notes on the board. I use my computer and smartboard for 96% of the class. My dry erase markers either go missing or go dry by Christmas. So buy them in bulk. You will need them. If you're still a school that has chalkboards, chalk super easy. The school provided, but dry erase markers are gold. Gold. And that is it. That is all you really need. You don't need to spend $7 million on themed borders and all this stuff. My first year, I spent so much money, and then I just became a hoarder because I was scared of giving things out because I didn't want to spend any more money. But now I'm really good at spending that $250 and calling it quits, and that's it. I have to buy some ink for my printer this year, and that's pretty much all I'm buying, and some like supplies like dry erase markers. But I wish you a very, 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 very amazing first school year. It's going to have its tough moments, but it's going to have its amazing moments as well. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn a lot, and I hope you don't spend a lot of money because it's not worth it. And the kids don't care. All right. Good luck. Bye.